Hi, welcome back to the table. I decided to do a small video, didn't end up being too small, a couple minutes long, on items, stuff I find at thrift stores, those Dollar Tree stores, all sort of places that help us play games, organize, just makes everything a little nicer and a little cooler. With that being said, let's go to the table. Hi, welcome back to the table. Here I decided to do a video on items that I have used to help us out in the hobby. A lot of the items are thrift store finds and or dollar stores. And here we go. Got a monitor, little TV over there. I found a monitor doesn't work. You kind of got to get a TV. Plug in a Roku box or a Fire Stick so you can watch videos, so you can screencast your phone for games like the Dark Tower. With that being said, we'll start off with Lazy Susan. Here's an item. You can find those in thrift stores. I think every thrift store has them. I think it's mandatory. So you can find those anywhere. Moving down, I'm going to start highlighting here items that I have used. Of course, dice towers. Here's a 3D printed one. Castle Grayskull. Of course, now we're getting He-Man, so didn't need to do that. So everybody can use one of those. Everybody probably already has some of those. So there's dice towers, for example. Another one would be organizers, Plano boxes. Find these all over the place, from hardware stores to the dollar stores to wherever. I find them literally everywhere. I try not to pay too much. Dollar tops, all kinds of sizes. You got the Plano brand, so you can't beat those. I got big ones where I stick some of my minis. So a lot of these you can even stick back in the box to keep all your tokens and stuff in there. So there's another one there. Organizers. I have found these Crayola boxes. My daughter's the one that came up with the idea. We used to see a lot of these at the dollar stores. I bought a bunch of them for some games. Stick cards in there. You can stick cards in here. Boom. And stick them in the box. It's a good way to organize. And they're pretty inexpensive. So got a bunch of those. All kinds of colors. So that's another one there. Of course, everybody knows. Poker chips. Every thrift store has poker chips. Again, I think it's mandatory that they have Lazy Susans and poker chips. Why do they call them Lazy Susans? Is there a Susan that was lazy and she didn't want to walk around the table? Anyways, poker chips. This is 2 colors. You can get more colors, add them, use them as currency, markers, whatever. Poker chips are a big one there. Very inexpensive at thrift stores. You can find those. Another one that a lot of people might not know of is cigar boxes. I'm sure probably don't smoke cigars, but cigar shops have a bunch of these. I used to pick up a bunch of these for usually like $1. I don't know about nowadays. I have a ton of them, but I do for anything. Here I have chess pieces, for example. You can put anything you want in here. Again, you pick these up for $1 or whatever. They come in all, of course, you probably know all kinds of shapes, sizes, wood ones, cardboard ones, and I've also found that they work great for dice trays. This one, for example, I set up as a dice tray years ago. Never really used it. You can take the top off. I usually keep it so you can put all your stuff in there, and it works as a roll dice. And you can put felt on the bottom so you don't hear the banging. And there's one there. You can make them smaller. I got another one that's a little smaller. So cigar boxes work for all kinds of other projects. Next one is cups. These are, I'm sure you guys probably can't guess, they're when my daughter was a baby. These are some of her baby bowls. I've kept them, and they're great for putting tokens, putting all kinds of stuff in there. These usually get more usage than these fancy containers. I usually buy these and leave them inside the games that I play often to keep the pieces in instead of baggies, but this ones tend to get more play, believe it or not. So there you go. Baby cups, baby trays, baby bowls. Another one there. Lint roller. Lint roller, why? Found that this is a great way to clean the table surface. And with that being said, my game table. Many years ago I made this when everybody was getting those $1,000+ game tables. There's really no need for that. Here it is, for example, 2x4. This is redwood. Just stained. Well, not even stained. It's just polyurethane. It looks nice. Plywood board on the bottom. Try to get the thicker the better. 4x8. You got a massive table. Frame it with 2x4s. Gives it the body. And you can line it with, originally, before I even got into these neoprene mats, is, if that'll stay there, is felt. You can line it with felt. Fabric stores have them. It's very, very, very cheap. You can double, triple it, pad it. I've seen people put a little foam padding underneath, which is kind of nice. But nowadays, these neoprene mats are pretty inexpensive. Secret Cabal War Cobra. So you could put them there. You can even customize your table to fit the exact mat. However you want to do it. My table is, I believe, is 4x6. I cut a little bit off to make a fitness room a little better. But, you know, just leave it 4x8. Have a giant table. You got your TV. You got big layout. And another little quickie items here, if I can turn it here, is these wireless chargers. Put them out. You got a group coming down to your house. Throw one or two of these downs. And there you go. Be nice to them. I got these lamps right here for my videos that I make, because this, even though I have tons of lighting here, it does tend to get a little dark still, and I found that these get more usage playing games than anything. Over here you'll see a chunk of felt again. If you don't have this long time ago, little trick I used to, for many years in the past, I used to take some of this, different colors. The last one I used was like a charcoal type of dark. To the game, to our game nights, put it over. We used to play at a pizza place in a restaurant, throw it over the table. You can play your game over the table. It looks nice. And then at the end of the night, take it home. When it gets grimy, you can watch it, throw it away, get a new one. And that was like, we ended up having, my group had the fancy table with the little felt mat. So enough people were copying us, and it became a normal thing. I recommend you do this instead of taking your neoprene mat to restaurants or other places to play. But again, very inexpensive. This is the cheap stuff. I use it for other things too. So that was a few items that I have used to make my life easier and make my game room a little nicer. If you have of any others, please post them below. Let me know. I cannot think of any more, but that is a few of the items that I have used. And I hope you find some of these useful. You guys take care. Peace.